Hello friends, Hattie here with Honeybee Stampers. I am going live for a little happy hour. Typically I go live on Wednesdays around 3 p.m. if I can for happy hour, but today I had to push it back a little bit because we did a field trip with my little, and it was his very first field trip and it was so adorable. We had so much fun at the pumpkin patch. And then I was working today, trying to get ready for an event that I'm doing this weekend. So that's why I'm getting on a little bit late. And instead of just doing like one project, I'm actually going to do all 6 of these cards for you guys today. These are actually the Sweet and Simple card class kits from, let me think, not this month, but the month before maybe. So 6 super simple cards. So some of you who have done this in person with me have already seen these cards, but you haven't seen me put them together. And I've been told that sometimes that is rather helpful when, even though you've put the cards together already or you've seen them already, that you actually see how I put it together and give any tips or tricks for you. So, and then if you are scheduled for my stamp camp this weekend, then these are 6 of the 8 projects that you'll actually be putting together. So these are great, simple Christmas cards that feature a wide array of our awesome products in the holiday mini catalog. So here is the mini catalog that we're working from. And I'm just going to try to hop through these cards as fast as I can because this is an actual video tutorial for those of you who actually got the kits to go. So I do have a lot of people who order these to go. It's only $28 to have it shipped right to you. And so that's kind of a great option to be able to put these cards together. I don't know that I'm going to have any more of these kits left over after this weekend, but I'll definitely share if I do. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with our easiest one here. So this first one, I actually grabbed the stamp sets as well so I can kind of show you where I'm getting the product from. So this is the Horse and Sleigh stamp set, and this is from our online exclusive. So if you're new to Stampin' Up, then you probably don't know that we have catalogs like this one that I just showed you that has great product in it, but then we also have things that are only found on our online store. And so when you go shopping on my online store, and I'll leave a link for that store, you'll be able to find some of the bonus items. So this card features this stamp set. We're just using the sentiment here. And then this gorgeous paper. This paper is so beautiful. It's also called maybe it's called One Horse Open Sleigh or something along those lines. But anyways, I use that paper for this card and I absolutely love it. So when you get a card kit from me, you're gonna get a card that looks like this, a kit that looks like this. And make sure you shake it out because you probably are going to have some gems tucked in the corner or some little pieces. So do a lot of the cutting and prepping for you, especially when it's a Sweet and Simple class. So we'll fold this card. This is our card base, and I try to do the score lines for you whenever I can. And this is a question I get asked a lot, and let me see if I can show you on the camera. So you'll see that this score line right here is raised on this side, and then on this side it's kind of indented. So people always ask, what's the best way to fold? So I always fold with the raised portion inside. So just a quick tip for you, those of you who are new or that were wondering. And I love our bone folders to make a nice crease. So you're just going to fold that card base in half, and then you're going to have a couple pieces here. This card really could have been a very vanilla combination with it, or it could have been basic white. Both go really well. And let's see, let's grab our designer series paper. We're just going to kind of lay this out. So this paper is part of that pack that kind of coordinates with this suite of products. It's going to look like that. And then you're going to have this petal pink piece. We're going to use Early Espresso to ink up our sentiment. I haven't re-inked my ink pad since our demo retreat, so hopefully I've got enough juice there. So you'll just ink that up and stamp right there. I really liked the petal pink as my neutral for this. I think it just looked really great. So there's that. Let's go ahead and assemble this really quickly. And did I grab my adhesive? We'll use some liquid adhesive. I think that'll be fine. I really hated cutting up this paper because on the other side is a really pretty fox. And if you haven't seen this paper for yourself, you definitely have to check it out. What I recommend when you're putting this DSP down is to go ahead and put the outside pieces on first. Liquid glue is great because then you can kind of maneuver it a little bit, move it around before it sets completely. You want to give yourself a nice border on either side. Okay, oops, there we go. And then when you go to put the center piece in, then you can place it in there perfectly. And just a tiny bit of adhesive goes a really long way. So try to remember that when you're adhering things together. You don't want to go overboard, especially with the liquid adhesive. Okay, so now I'm kind of eyeballing it to see, oops. Eyeballing it to see that I've got a pretty even border there. There we go. We've got this pretty ribbon. I think this ribbon you can find online only right now. Let me grab some glue dots. I love to use glue dots whenever I'm adhering ribbon or twine or any kind of embellishment. So don't forget that. And I'm gonna put this on the bottom. So let's just add a little glue dot there. I don't have my computer on or with me right now to be able to monitor comments. So I'll have to come back and check and see if anybody's watching me live or on replay. And if you are, definitely say hi. I really appreciate that. Let me know where you're watching from too. That's always fun. Okay. There. Now we've got that together. I've got some dimensionals floating around here somewhere. There. And I'm going to put this layer on with dimensionals, and I'll go ahead and add the dimensional kind of right on top of the ribbon there to give it some more reinforcement. And if you love dimensionals like I do, you can put one right in the middle too. Okay, let's pop these off of here. There we go. And we'll just center that on the card. And then I did want to put this on with some dimensionals as well. So I'll put a dimensional on the top here. When I get done with Sweet and Simple, I try to do a little video tutorial so that when you get your kits in the mail that you'll be able to see how to put them together. But I'm a little backed up right now. So I'll do this month's video tutorial probably next week when I get back from my trip. And yeah, the cards, we had the class last Saturday, and the cards turned out really well. They're so cute. So then I'm just going to add some of these gems. These gems are iridescent rhinestones, and they are a carryover from, I don't know, a couple catalogs ago, and I love them. They are so pretty. So there's our first card, super simple. Oh, I can see some comments coming through. Hi, Pam. Thanks for letting me know you're here. I'm just putting some Sweet and Simple cards together. And then, of course, you can stamp and decorate the inside however you wish. You could stamp one of these images on here if you'd like. So there's that first card. Let me set it to the side, and we'll move on. Okay, so this next card has a few steps to it. Okay, so this one is found in the catalog. I tried to flag as many of them as I could. So it's towards the front here. This is the Merry Bold and Bright, and it is a beautiful suite of products. And so I'm featuring a lot of this here on this card. I did bring in a brand new embossing folder too. I'm going to show you which one that is in case you were interested in it, because it's really cute. It's one of the dual, or the, what are they, dual? I don't remember what they call them. These two embossing folders here, but they've got circle, it's called Cheery Patterns, circles on one side and then kind of like a wave on the other, and they're really pretty. So you can see the circles kind of in the background there. Okay. So dump out all of your contents and just check your envelopes to make sure I'm not missing anything. So you can see we do a lot of the legwork for you ahead of time. So kind of know that. Some people are like, I don't know if I can take these classes to go because I don't have all the product. But I'm sure you have some stamps and ink and paper. And so even if you don't have exactly what I have here, you could definitely put this card together. So obviously this is going to go on the inside and then this is the outside. You can definitely put these cards together using just the card kit, right? I probably should do a video like that sometime where I show you how you could do that with just stuff that you already have. Okay, I'm trying to get myself organized here. Okay, so you're going to have all these little pieces. Sometimes you're going to have the dyed pieces still stuck in there, and that's no problem. You can just poke them out. Okay, for this card, even though we don't have the Stamparatus anymore, I still use it, especially when I'm teaching a class. I just find it so easy to be able to have people stamp and go. And so what I've done is created a template here where those that come to class will just place that in there, because I'm actually teaching this class this weekend. You're going to place it in there and then ink this up on this side with real red. And the great thing is, if it's not as vibrant as you want it to be, then you can just keep stamping, right? Or you could even push like that. Hi, Terry. Good to see you on here. And so you can see that we've got some little speckles here, which typically would not be an issue. I could just keep going and move on, but I want it to be nice and bright and red and vibrant. So I'm going to ink it up again and try that again. Okay. There we go. Oh, I love that so much better. So there's the stamping portion there, and that just is going to make my life so much easier for this weekend when I do this class. I'm actually doing it out of town. I've already done this particular class here in the studio a couple months ago. All right, so then we've got another stamp. A lot of people didn't notice this one. This one is just kind of a little kind of like the light or the wire, I guess, for the lights. And we're going to use some shaded spruce on this. And I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm going to stamp. Let me see how I want to do this. I don't know why this seems like it's not there. I feel like I didn't stamp it up high enough, but that's okay. It'll still look good. And then you're going to have this little light bulb topper. So we'll add some adhesive to the top here. Place that over the top. There we go. And sometimes you have to be careful because the adhesive will ooze through this particular die. There's that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put this on first. So what I'll do is I'll trim some of this down. I'll just trim off the top like that, and we'll add some adhesive to it. So when it's like really intricate like this, what I'll do is I'll squirt a little bit of adhesive, and then I won't squirt any more, but I will push it around so that it's flat. And then I want to place it right there. Okay, that works. So there's our bulb. And then we're going to stamp these sentiments here. Now you should get a strip in your kit that looks like this. And we're gonna alternate the colors. So we're gonna do Mary in the shaded spruce. I really do love this stamp set. Okay, and to you and yours will also be shaded spruce. I can tell it's not inked up enough. Okay. And ideally you would use your your foam underneath it to kind of give it a better impression. But I'm trying to kind of move through these cards as fast as I can. Let's get our real red for the Christmas here. Hi, Linda. Welcome. We're just putting some Christmas cards together tonight. Okay. Now we've got pretty much all of our stamping done. What I'm going to do is just trim. And I love these stamps because you can trim so easily. You can use a paper trimmer if you wanted to, but I find paper snips are just fine. And then I leave a little bit of a white border around it. Okay. And this. You guys will have to tell me if you're all done with your Christmas cards. And well, if you send Christmas cards, first of all, and if you're all done creating them. My friend Angela was here helping me today, and she said, you know, do most of your people send one Christmas card, like one style, or do they create several different cards and send them? And I actually have had people tell me both, that some people like to just create one card for the year and that's it. And it really helps them to remember which card that they sent each year to whom. And then other people like to kind of vary it. I know she had mentioned she's got a lot of cards that she's already made, and then she's also collected cards with me. I've got lots of Christmas cards that we've done between all of our different classes that I'm offering. And so she's able to use those. Okay, now that we've done all of that, we can start to add our bulbs on, or our DSP, I should say. So again, just a little tiny bit of glue there. And we'll stick that on the end. Okay, now before we put this, let me close this. I don't want to get my fingers in it. Before we put this onto our card base, I want to put this ribbon on. So again, you're going to want your glue dots for this. Ouch. Okay, so we'll do a little glue dot there. This is double ribbon. Oh, and I see that I got my paper a little bit too long. If that's the case, you just simply snip it off like that. Okay. So we'll do that ribbon there. And there. Okay, that's coming together. Now we've got another ribbon. So I'm using two different ribbons from two different actual spools. So this is our iridescent ribbon that actually coordinates with this suite. And then this other red ribbon comes as part of a combo pack. I think combo was what I was trying to think of earlier as far as those embossing folders go. Combo, maybe, instead of dual. Anyways, so it's a combo pack that has a crumb cake, a little bit thicker crumb cake ribbon. And then, oops, I made that too short. And then also this red ribbon, which works perfectly for this card. And I just wanted to put it in the center of this just to add a little interest there. Okay, so that's how I attach those, just like that. And then I'm gonna put this flat to our card base. Our card base, I folded it already. And let's just add it on with some liquid adhesive. Okay. I cannot stress enough how a little bit of this liquid adhesive goes a long way, because I do often see people crafting and creating and putting a lot, like large clumps of glue. And what happens is the glue will actually make your paper like bubble, or it'll ooze out the side and just cause a huge, huge mess. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna go ahead and put this on, and then I'll build the rest of my pieces on there. Sometimes I'll kind of put all the pieces on here and then I'll put it on there, but this will help me to see where everything is gonna fall. Okay. So we'll take those, there we go. Now in my last class, I feel like somebody did it this way. I think it was Louise, and I really loved that look as well. So you have options. You definitely have options. Okay. And then I'm gonna stick this right about there. Maybe up a little bit higher. There. Okay. And let's put these bulbs on, this bulb on next. Okay, so I did make the little swoopy-doo too low, but that's okay. I'll just stick it like that. I think that's good. No one will know. No one will know. And then I'm going to use our little tiny dimensionals. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, then you get all kinds of dimensionals with your kits. And so this is definitely one of my Paper Pumpkin dimensional kits. I can tell it's a little bit smaller. Okay. I'm going to put Christmas on first. This card feels a little bit fussy, but I feel like the end results are just gorgeous. So I'm going to do it kind of off, not off center, but slanted in a way. And then we'll get our Mary in there. Okay. And we'll do it like this. And then to you and yours is going to definitely require at least 3. This is going to be hanging off a little bit, so I don't want a dimensional that far to the end. And then in the middle there we go. Pull these off. Okay, so ooh, I really have it hanging off this time. Let me move this a little bit down there. That might help. I think so. Okay, you guys get it right. All right, so there's that card. Oh, we've got some gems that we need to put on. Now this weekend, the class is only going to be able to use these red ones because the ones that I had used originally have sold out. They are slated to come back, but they are really cool. So they are the iridescent adhesive back discs. They're very flat and they've got these really cool colors. So the red gems here that I have are retired, but they are still pretty. I'm going to go ahead, since I have a few of these discs, I'm going to go ahead and put these on. Hello. Okay, so I'll stick one right here. And when these come back, I will definitely be ordering some more. Let me give you a heads up. They do scratch easily. I just scratched this one. So, and when you scratch it, the color does come off. So be careful when you're adhering these. And we'll stick one up here. Okay, good enough. I think I fussed with this enough. All right, let's stick all of that together. So here's the stamp set, so you guys can see it kind of up close. This is the Marion Bright stamp set. I love, love, love it. The paper that goes along with it is absolutely gorgeous too. And we did our, let me think here, our Christmas card club with this one this last month. So here's this card. I'm going to set it to the side. We'll move on to our next card. Okay, which is next? Let's go ahead and do this one. This one's a quick and easy one as well, but it's beautiful. This might be my favorite one. I don't know. So this is our, this one comes in as part of this suite. Let me find it. It's this one right here. So this is the Oh Holy Night suite. This suite has been coming in and out of back order or selling out, however you want to think of it. And right now, these two items right here are sold out. This paper is sold out currently. And this right here, I think, I can't remember if it's the dies or the stamp set that's sold out. Maybe both. So a lot of it's sold out, but it's also coming back into stock. And it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. My friend Susan created a sampler with it that I'll have to share with you guys later. Probably not tonight, but it was a beautiful sampler featuring this product. So that's that. So we're just using one little stamp set from, let me find it. One little stamp set from Stars at Night. but I really loved the embossing folder. So look at this amazing embossing folder. And it's actually one of those hybrid embossing folders where you can dry emboss like this, but you can also die cut with it. So that's cool. So your kit for this one would include all of these pieces. I just love these kits. I love looking at them. I love putting them together. They're just so much fun. So let me fold this. I always like to fold this and get this kind of out of the way, or at least downsized a little bit. This would go on the inside of your card that you can decorate however you wish. Sometimes I do decorate the inside, like this month for Sweet and Simple. I definitely decorated almost every card on the inside. I think I did. And sometimes I don't. Depends on what's going on. Okay, so for this card, I'm going to do it this way. And it really doesn't matter which way you do it. But what I recommend is going ahead and adhering the gold on first. Now, I get nervous about using this glue when I'm using something like this, because if it smears even just a little bit, it's going to show. It's going to look smudgy. It's going to be gross. So I'm going to, if I had my tape runner, I would use that. I don't have that on me right now, so I'm going to use a glue dot. So I'm just going to, let's see here. How did I do that? I want to, I'll do it like this. So I'm going to put the gold on this side. So let me just use a couple glue dots, and then I don't have to worry about it smudging my foil. 2, 3. I think that'll work. Okay. Now what I do is I kind of eyeball it, and I give it a little bit of a border. Nothing too precise here. And if the paper is cut a little bit longer, that's an easy fix. Uh-oh. Got some sputs right there. Okay, that's an easy fix. I'll just trim it off here. Have a nice straight edge and trim. Okay, just like that. Okay, now that I've done that, what I want to do for this particular card is I want to have this piece on my card and this piece on my card so that I've got an even border on either side here. Hi, Joan. Thanks for watching from Washington. I appreciate that. So I'm going to have a little even piece on both sides. So what I want to do is adhere this piece down first. Now this is part of that really pretty paper that's currently sold out, but it's coming back. It's coming back. And when it does, you guys, hop on and get it because it is really pretty. It's only one-sided, as you can see, and they've got different prints. So, okay, let me pick this up. All right, so let's see. I want about 1/4 of an inch, and I want to make sure that it's really lined up at the top because I can trim the bottom really easily. Okay, I had to move that. Okay, there we go. So you'll see that I have some overage there. Let's just snip that right off, no problem. Okay, and then I want to do the same thing on this side. So this is why I did not put this on, like sometimes I would have just added, you know, this to the gold piece and the gold piece to this, but I didn't do it this time because I want that even border on my card base. So now I've got that 1/4 of an inch over on this side here. And there we go. Now I'm happy with it. Okay, so there's the card base. So simple, so pretty. And then we're gonna take this. This die actually comes right from that suite as well. And this card is easy because it's just one ink color. The paper does all the work for us. Have to concentrate. Okay. There we go. It's a little crooked, but we'll go with it. And then what I did with this piece is I added this gold. So I'm going to do just kind of a strip of glue here, or you could have done glue dots. It's up to you. And we're going to stick the gold piece. It's a shame that I'm covering up so much of this gold. I always tell people, I love the way this gold looks, but I don't love the way it looks because it kind of reminds me of snakeskin. Does anybody else feel that way? It's like gold and champagne color. 6x6 paper, a specialty paper, and it's amazing, and it's really sparkly and pretty, but it does look kind of like snakeskin. Okay, so then I'm going to add this. This is that ribbon that's sold out. It's been very popular, and so I'm looking forward to it coming in again really soon. And all I'm going to do is add a little bit of glue. Gosh, that looks crooked from the back. Okay, so that glue didn't really hold it as well as I wanted it to, so we got to get glue dots, glue dots, glue dots, glue dots. These things are awesome. They're an awesome adhesive, and we sell them on our online store or in the catalog, so make sure you have a couple boxes of glue dots with you always. Okay, we'll put one in the middle here. There. Okay, now let me try to put this on. Okay, there. I don't know why I'm putting it on so crooked. That works. Okay, so let's do the same thing. We're not even going to fuss with that liquid glue for this ribbon. I was going to put a little strip down, but I'm going to put glue dots again. So I'm going to put a glue dot on one end here and one, oh, there's one down here. One on this end. So for those of you who are hopping on a little bit later, I don't have my computer with me, so I can't really see comments like I'd like to. But I will definitely go back and look. So say hi if you're watching live or even on the replay. Okay, so now we've got this a little bit outside of, and I'm okay with that. I would have cut it, but you know what? Let's leave it. I like it. And we're going to add some dimensionals on here to pop it up. I really love this card. And let's do one right in the middle here. Okay. Now the other thing that's on this card that I don't have are the stars. And we'll stick it right about there. Of course, I have to move it, right? Okay, there. All right, good enough. There we go. So there are the cards here, and I love, love, love these stars. When they come back in, grab them, you guys. They are really kind of a delicate looking gold, not kind of the gaudy gold that I feel like we had some that are like a real shiny gold before. I really love the way these look, and I think everybody else did too because they sold out rather quickly. So keep your eyes peeled for those, and when they come back in stock, make sure you get a package. So as of right now, the only embellishments that have completely sold out are the glow-in-the-dark bats and ghosts and such. Okie doke, let's move on to our next card. Okay, so here is our next card. This one was actually, I believe, a fan favorite. So I love this fun fold. Okay, it's a very simple fun fold, but this is it packs a really powerful punch. I think a lot of people really like this card. So when you, got my little gems in there, come out of there. Okay. When you do this card, you would get a piece like this, and that's going to be for your Christmas tree. But what I did was just for the purpose of this video, I did die cut the Christmas tree out right now, and I'm going to try my best to eyeball and stamp this Christmas tree. So this Christmas tree comes from the Merriest Trees, which is a beautiful suite, or bundle, I should say. Here is the stamp set here. And for Christmas Card Club this month, we actually have pivoted, and we're going to be using the stamp set instead of Oh Holy Night. We wanted to use Oh Holy Night this month, but we're going to move this to next month so that these items will be available, these items right here, so that we can use them as part of your product goodies. So Merriest Trees is what we're going to be using this month. So for this card, this was a little bit of a unique way to add color, and it kind of threw a couple people off. Let me bring my Stamparatus in only because, oh, come on, I need to use the foam. So I inked this up with Old Olive. Okay, so here's the base, and looks like I got a little spot in the middle. So hard when the stamp is this big. Okay, and then we're going to, oops, I need a link at the bottom. Okay, now I gotta hover and pray. Okay, there we go. We're gonna stamp this. That actually worked out a lot easier than I thought, but I don't want to risk it and have people miss it and then they're upset. So I'll just have the scrap so that they can stamp. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. I love the way that looks. So at our event this weekend, we'll have them stamp, and then I'll die cut for them the tree. Okay, so that's the first step there. Now, for the second step, to add that detail, we're going to take that detailed stamp, and I'm actually going to use the exact same color. You, of course, can use two different colors, a lighter and a darker if you wanted to, but I found that this looked really well together. So let's bring this back down a little bit on the foam. This adds a little detail to your tree, but it's really subtle. So it's color on top of color. Okay. And look at that. Isn't that so cute? You guys, I really love this suite, or this bundle. I keep calling it a suite, this bundle. We're going to actually pair this stamp set up with the Into the Woods, which is the Charity Designer Series paper. I did a video on that a couple weeks ago. It's beautiful paper, so I think you guys will love that. All right, stay tuned for more information about that club. We had to definitely pivot because of the inventory issues that we're having right now. All right, so here's that. And then, of course, this is all going to be scored for you because I just believe in making your life easier when it comes to Sweet and Simple class, right? We've been joking around about this. So when you see this, you're going to, it's all scored, but you're going to fold it like an accordion. So just opposite direction with each score line. We were joking around that sometimes people come to Sweet and Simple card class and they'll say, well, Hattie, this card wasn't simple. There were so many steps. But now that we've started doing Christmas Card Club, and people realize they have to cut their own designer series paper when I usually do it for you for Sweet and Simple, now people are like, okay, these cards are very simple. Okay, so that's how the card is going to go together. But we've got some little pieces here. Now this paper is from the Bear. What is that? I can't remember the name of that paper. Anyways, it's Cute Bear Punch. We'll be using it on a card in just a minute. But what I'm going to do, let me open this up here. I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, so I did make sure that the pieces matched. So we're going to do this and this. Got ink somewhere. And Berry Cute, maybe? I don't know. I'll find it. And we're going to just kind of, again, eyeball it so that you've got a nice border on the top, the bottom, and the side. And then do the same with this one. This was a very meticulous card because I had to make sure all these pieces matched up and not get them screwed up. Okay, so now those two pieces go together, and then on this flap, okay, so not this flap, this bottom flap here, you're going to put these two pieces, and it doesn't matter which direction they go. I just recommend making sure they're in the same direction. And what I mean by that is I've got my darker bit right here, right? I'm going to put my darker side this way and not this way. Hopefully that makes sense. So there's that. Okay. You guys will definitely have to vote and let me know which one of these Christmas cards are your favorites. We've got a few left to do. I'm trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Okay, now before we add this on, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And let's see, where did my sentiment go? Oh, here it is. So the sentiment is also from that same Merriest Trees. It's this one right here. And we're going to use the Old Olive again. And I'm just going to stamp at the very bottom here. There. Love it. Love, love it. Okay. Put that back there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add these two together. I feel like I'm going out of order on some of this stuff, but it'll make sense as you're doing it. So I add a little adhesive there at the bottom, and I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the bottom here, making sure that I line it up on the bottom, but that I'm also centering it on the card. Okay, so there's that, lined up and centered. Okay, now here's the thing you want to really pay attention to. When you put on this piece, so you're going to add a little adhesive to the top of that there, you want to make sure your card is flat, okay? Make sure this card is flat, all the pieces are folded, and then you can place this down. And when it's nice and flat like that, then you know it's going to be able to go into your card. Okay. And then it'll also stand up with that beautiful fun fold, but it will fold down for the card. All right, you're going to get another little piece that looks like this. This is part of the dies. The dies are really extensive with this bundle. And let's see, we'll just add a little adhesive here. And we'll stick that tree collar there. I love that tree collar. I think it looks amazing. Okay. And this is one of our new ink colors. I think this is pumpkin pie. Okay, there we go. We're gonna add some dimensionals on here. Let's stick one right there, right up here, and one on each side there. Okay. I'm like talking to myself as if I were stamping by myself. All right, there we go. And then we're gonna stick this on just above the sentiment. I want to leave a little room for our star. So the star is going to be in your envelope, hopefully. I don't know where the star went to. Oh, there it is. This is what happens in class. People say, I can't find this, or I can't find that. And then it's like on their, under their paper or on their elbow, something crazy like that. Okay, so this star is made with our gold distress paper, and it is stunning. Isn't that pretty? I think that is so pretty. Oops, my sticky thumb pulled it off. You can use a dimensional to put that on, or glue, liquid adhesive. Just be careful with it. There. Now we've got these great gold embellishments, and these are from an online exclusive. So you might wonder, where did that embellishment come from? It's also one that you can find online. And it has red and silver. It's just a great, I think they're called holiday, sorry guys. I can't remember the name of this one either. I have to find it and share it with you guys. But there. Okay, now that card is almost done. Almost done. I should have stamped this first. But what I did was, there was a little Christmas tree that I thought was super cute as part of the stamp set as well. And I wanted to put it on the inside of the card because it's so very vanilla, this card. So it says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas," and you'll just stamp that in the bottom corner. And we're going to use some Daffodil Delight with the star that's part of this stamp set as well. And just ink that right on top. I don't know if you guys can see that. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. Okay, love this stamp set. You guys are going to want to participate in our Christmas card club. Trust me on this. Trust me, trust me. So stay tuned for more information on that. Okay, so here it is. There's our next card. We've got 2 cards left, you guys. So the next card is a shaker card. You guys, oopsie, move that. You guys are probably going to be familiar with this if you watched my happy hours from before, because I showed this technique several weeks ago. Oh, come off of here. Okay, so here's the card, and it's got, if you can see at the bottom, we've got some little sequin in there. So let's dump all of this out. This is actually using product that we featured at our demo retreat. We've got another demo retreat coming up in April. So you guys will have to definitely take us up on that starter kit option that's happening right now. That's amazing. And become a demonstrator so you can come to the retreat. Okay, so for this card, we've got this pretty DSP here. I can't tell if I like it this way or that way. I think I'll do it this way. And I cut the inside and the front of it the same size, so you don't have to worry that you're using the wrong one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna adhere the notes down first. Okay. And you're gonna have just the tiniest, like 1/8 of an inch border, essentially, around the top and the left side of that, and the bottom. And then we're going to adhere this one on next because it's going to go over it. Okay. And then again, just the smallest border. I think I cut that a little unevenly. It still looks good though. There we go. Okay, so once you've done that, you're gonna take the envelope. I don't know if you guys know that we carry these. These are clear envelopes. Okay, and you're gonna stuff it in the bottom corner like that. You're gonna have a little pouch that looks like this, and the pouch has all of those little, I don't know, sprinkles. I called them sequin earlier. But you've got little notes, gold notes in there, and some holly leaves. You're gonna sprinkle all of that into the bottom corner. And then what you're gonna do next is you're gonna fold this over. Well, actually, you're gonna pull this tab off and fold it down, making sure you push all the air out and that you fold it down pretty tight over the card, just like that. Then you're gonna have this side right here kind of sticking out. I will have some Scotch tape, okay, and you're going to want, let me cut a little piece off here. Somebody was smart to leave a little tab, but I'm going to cut that off right now. Okay, you're going to take this tab here, this side, and you're going to fold it down and adhere it with Scotch tape. Scotch tape works so much better than using like our our tape runner, or so much better than using liquid adhesive. So now you've got this shaker card essentially, right? And then we're gonna put this onto our card front. Let me see if I popped it up at all. I didn't. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I think, let me see if I can put this down with liquid adhesive. I didn't do that earlier. I'm just gonna see how it works. You guys will know based on how this works out for me. So we're gonna center this onto our card front. There we go. I'm gonna put that on top of there to give it some weight while I work on this piece right here. Okay, so we've got this gold circle here. This is the same product that we use for the star for this one. It's so gorgeous. It's like a distressed gold. So you're gonna get a circle of this, and then we'll have some scrap that you will be able to stamp with. Now, when you do this part, you're gonna wanna stamp the sentiment Noel first before you do the joyous that's heat embossed. So let's ink this up with our Jerry Cobbler. And we'll stamp right there. Okay, it's quite juicy of an ink pad, which is not usual. And then what we'll do next, you're gonna want your embossing buddy and some Versamark. So this is from the Joy of Noel stamp set. So this right here, love that. I love this. I did this for our happy hour last week. This particular technique, and so it's just a beautiful stamp set. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of this, okay, and that eliminates static for us. And then let's ink up our joyous in the Versamark sticky ink. And we're going to stamp right over that. Okay. And I've got some gold embossing powder. I like to store my embossing powder in these buckets. Typically my paper isn't this big, so I can actually just kind of stick it in there and shimmy and shake. Let me cut this paper down because this is a little bit too big to work with. Okay, so this is how I would do my embossing powder. I leave it in there, so I never bring it out of the bucket. Okay, this will help you to keep your workstation clean and to prevent you from losing all of your powder everywhere. And then I just kind of turn it over and flick it off. Now you might get a little powder when you do that, but kind of keeping it all in there when you're shimmying and shaking your cardstock, that is going to make your life so much easier. I know we currently sell that little container where you can pour it in there and then you take it and you dump it into the, don't do it. I love the container. It's so cute, but don't do it. Okay, let me heat this really quick. So you guys will see that this is kind of like a dark brown look. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, that took longer than I thought it would. And I actually probably could heat it up even just a little bit more, but you can see it's got that beautiful gold in there. And if you would have done the heat embossing first, the Noel would not, you would not have been able to stamp the Noel. Okay, without having it be all messed up. Anyways, so we're gonna feed it in to, this is a 2.5 inch circle punch. So we'll feed it in here and I'll kind of line it up and punch it out. There we go. Like I said, this could actually get heated up even a little bit more, which I will do later. And then you're going to adhere it to the gold. I hate to use up all that, hide all that pretty gold in the middle, but that's what you do. Let's see how this, okay, that feels like that stuck pretty well. And then I'm just going to adhere this to the card front like this. And now you've got this really gorgeous shaker card. Very simple put together. So there's that card. Set that to the side because I need to work on it. Oh, I did stamp on the inside too. So let me show you that. We've got this great stamp set that says Making Spirits Bright. So when you see that, you'll know where it goes. This has been stamped so much that it's actually just pink. It's pink photopolymer now. And I just stamped it right in the center there. Okay. And then we've got this great little holly leaf. And I think I had, maybe I didn't bring it. I used garden green, but you know what? I've got some shaded spruce right here. Shaded spruce will work. So I'm going to just ink up this pretty little holly leaf, and I'll do one right here. Oh, I love that. And then we'll do one down here. So looking at this, I can see that my stamp is actually on my block crooked. So it's been bent a little bit. Whenever you're putting photopolymer on, make sure you lay it on a piece of paper and let it kind of, you know, get back to the form that it should be, and then pick it up with the block. Because if I probably put it on with my fingers and bent the stamp a little bit. Not a big deal, but just in case you were wondering, why is that looking crooked? That's the reason. So that goes on the inside of the card. So pretty. Okay, guys, last card. Last card. Thank you for sticking with me. Our happy hour is usually just one project. I'm usually teaching like a technique or showing off something new. And so this was fun to be able to use my Sweet and Simple card class tutorial as my happy hour project. Okay, so this we're just going to downsize that a little bit, set it to the side. This is going to be a embossed piece. This uses a new embossing folder. And let me find the name of it because I do love it, and it really adds. If you're ever looking at your card and you're like, gosh, I need something to make this card really pop, using the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder, that is fantastic. The distress tile is really awesome too. Okay, so just so you know about that, you can add that to your wish list. Let's just go ahead and add this on. So you're going to put this on to your card base directly. Okay, right in the center there. I'll set that up there. You're going to have a scrap piece of paper that looks like this, and this is for some stamping of your Christmas tree. Oops. So we are going to use a Pretty Peacock for this. And what I recommend doing is stamping the outline of the tree. This stamp set is from, let me show you. It's from this one, Very Cute. And it's so cute. I love it. Love everything about it. So cute. So you're going to ink up the outline here and stamp right down onto your scrap. And then you're going to ink up the inside piece, but you want to stamp off. So we'll just stamp off onto our paper like that, and then onto, oops, I can't see where I'm stamping. There, that's good enough. Okay, so that's going to have to be fussy cut, unfortunately. Well, I like fussy cutting. I don't even know why I said unfortunately. I think it's because I hear people kind of groaning every time I say, okay guys, fussy cut this. But I love it. It's so relaxing to me. Okay, so there's a little adhesive on this. This is the paper right here from the charity paper. So Stampin' Up! is donating $3 from every pack of this paper sold to Toys for Tots in the US and to Salvation Army, I believe, in Canada. So, and it's also the paper we're going to be featuring with Merriest Trees. So that's just kind of layered on top of there. You're going to want to fussy cut this, and then we're going to have some scrap paper that you'll use for the bear. So this adorable little bear, we're going to stamp him in gray granite. If I knew where it was. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let's ink this guy up. And we're just going to stamp him here. And this one comes with a punch. The punch is currently sold out, but it is slotted to come back, so have no fear, it'll be back. But this little bear is so cute. I immediately thought of him as a polar bear, but now I've seen lots of cards where he's a big brown bear, he's been a black bear, so it's very versatile. Bring this in again. Let me, actually, I didn't even show you guys the card that we're featuring. Okay, so here's the card. And looks like I put this down directly to the card front, probably because I'm popping up so much other stuff and you don't want it to be too bulky if you're shipping this or mailing it to someone. Okay, I'll just put that there. Now you're going to have a little die cut piece here that's got some stitching all the way around it. And I recommend taking your Balmy Blue, and there's a star, or not a star, but a snowflake that's part of this suite. And I just kind of inked it up. And what I did, actually, before I do this, let me stamp the sentiment. I recommend stamping the sentiment. So in Pretty Peacock, you're going to stamp up or ink up Warm Wishes. I have to make sure I re-ink all of this before our class. And stamp it right in the center, full force. Okay, beautiful. And then we're going to take this snowflake in Balmy Blue, we're going to stamp off, and then I'm going to center and stamp on. So I guess it doesn't matter if you did it before or after you stamped the sentiment. You could do it either way, but it just adds a little bit of element to the background there. Okay. Oh, something I forgot is this little bear is going to need a scarf. Let me see if I have a scarf in here. I actually don't know where his scarf is. I have to find it. I'm glad I'm doing the class right now. So it's so easy to stamp though. I just inked up this little scarf stamp in the Pretty Peacock. right onto my scrap piece. I'm not going to fussy cut this out right now either. Now I can't find my little bear that I, he's gone. He's run off on me. Oh, here he is. Okay. So what I would do is I would just, we've got a little stamp here that I'd ink up and put on him. So I'd fussy cut this and then I'd pop this up and put the little gems on there, so you'll get some of those. And so that's the card. Okay, so that is all of the cards for Sweet and Simple card class. So what month are we in right now? We're in October. So I believe this would have been Sweet and Simple in September. So let me bring the cards back in. So if you got one of these kits to go in September, here you go. I think I sent pictures and not the actual video tutorial, but now you've got a video tutorial to go along with your cards. And I'll do the video tutorial for our Sweet and Simple for this month later. Those cards are super cute as well. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, all the things. And I will see you guys next Wednesday for Happy Hour with Honeybee Stampers. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.